it once took me 8 years to accomplish a goal of mine. So the gap was a very long one, and I'll delve a little bit more into what that gap is. So we're standing here. This is me, or you, or anyone looking to accomplish a goal. This is now. Over here is where we want to be. It's the goal in mind, say your New Year's resolutions. And this lovely area here is the wonderful gap. It is filled with the self-limiting beliefs, stories, situations that we've held on to as to why we can't get from one side to the other. And that can be words and feelings like fear, scarcity, lack of self-worth, lack of resourcefulness, all these things that come in between. So for me, 8 years was a long gap of not being aware of what was in my way so I could get to the other side. For me, I grew up in Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., and I came to San Diego once when I was 20 years old, and my goal was to move here. And I talked about it for a very long time before I took action. And for me it was, will I make it on my own? I don't have enough money to get to the other side. Will I find a job? Will I have somewhere to live? There was all these stories and excuses as to why it wasn't happening sooner. There's a chance for you to ask yourself the goals that you're setting, what's in the way. So today I'm going to teach you 4 steps to bridging the gap. The first step is vision and why. This is where you ask yourself, why do you want to get to the other side? And you're aligning yourself with your vision as to why is it so important to be over there? What does it feel like to be over here, to really get in that fulfillment state and say, okay, once I get to San Diego, there's opportunity, there's bliss, there's sunshine, and there's positivity, and I know that I'm going to be so happy there. That's my vision. Okay, I'm 100% committed. Now I want to go. I'm going to have to go. Now that I'm aligned, the next step is awareness. Okay. Awareness of the gap. So this gap can be very scary. It could be a troll that's under the bridge that's going to come up and scare you away from this amazing dream, this goal. And he's going to ask you to pay this toll. This toll is that scarcity and that fear that's residing within you. And you have to be willing to pay this toll. And that could be letting a part of you die in order to get to the other side. So maybe the bad habits or the excuses or the procrastination, those are the things that get to die, that maybe get to fall into the gap to get to the other side. That's the toll, that's the price that we get to pay in order to get to the other side. Now, a lot of people can get really stuck right there, get paralyzed in fear, deer in headlights type of feeling. Analysis paralysis, how am I going to move forward? This troll is really, really scary. So when that happens, we have to be willing to go back to step 1 and realign with our vision. Why do we want to get there? Because our vision has to be so powerful that it's stronger than the gap. It's stronger than the troll. It's stronger than those fears that arise all the time. So instead of going into self-beat up in this stage, which a lot of people do, oh my God, I'm not completing my goal, I'm not getting there, why is this happening, what's wrong with me, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy. Instead of having those conversations, it's being okay with going back to step 1 and saying, okay, I have to recommit, I have to get serious about this goal, and if I'm so frozen, is this goal really important to me? Maybe that cliff over there is not the right cliff. Maybe I'm supposed to cross that cliff. So maybe that's a different goal I have to get to instead of that one. So getting back to step 1 is always a place you have to be willing to go to align yourself with your goals, your resolutions, anything that you truly, truly want. So once we get to that point and we are 100% committed, nothing's going to stop me, I'm going to kill this troll, we got this, I'm going to go to San Diego, I'm going to do this. The next step is to declare. And this is not when you go to your room and you write on your wall, I'm gonna go to San Diego. I'm not gonna tell anyone about it because if I fail, I'll be a huge failure and everyone will know. No, this is a public declaration. People that you trust and support you, you go out to them, you say, hey, Daniel, I'm gonna move to San Diego. I'm gonna ask my friend by tomorrow if I can stay with her for a month. Will you hold me accountable?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So being able to ask people to support you in your declarations is a huge step in holding yourself accountable, making this goal so big and that you're taking the action steps. Public declaration is super powerful. That leads me into actions and accountability. And with that, it's important to be able to take the steps, the little steps. Now, if I were to say, Daniel, hold me accountable to moving to San Diego, that may sound a little overwhelming, and you're like, okay, by when? And I'm like, I don't know. So instead of that is the little steps that I asked you. Or perhaps, hey, can you hold me accountable to quitting my job by February 5th?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so it's a huge step in the right direction, but now that I've made that declaration and she knows about it, I'm off to the next steps to make that action more real and accomplishing my dreams. So in this process, we always have to be very aware of when these actions and declarations and things aren't happening, that again, we can go back to step one all the time. And it's really important to be okay with that and not be mad at yourself. And be willing to look at why we're allowing ourselves to be held back by this gap, what's really in the way. There is one last step, of course, to bridging this amazing, wonderful gap. Is once you get to the other side, it's really important to celebrate. Celebrate your wins, be happy, like we did it. It's amazing just to get to the other side that you're accomplishing your goals. So I invite you to bridge the gap and follow your dreams and don't take 8 years to do it.